why are these planes here when they went down in the Bermuda Triangle? And they start right up and brand spanking new, and like all these unexplained things is just kind of it. I like that. I like that kind of that mystery of what's going on. And he does a good job of just not overdoing it, just enough to kind of keep you going, what's going on? And then you see them kind of continue to work through stuff.
Well, that seems eerie when all the Navy pilots and stuff start walking down the ramp.
Yeah.
They're like, these guys haven't aged a day. Einstein was right. And that guy, I love that guy's line. Einstein was probably one of them. Yeah.
Yeah.
And those guys are just like stunned.
Well, I mean, the question is like, were they in like, what is it, sleep or something like that? Or were they awake? Or like, did it really do the whole, it went up, to light speed for a year and back or something like that? Or like, that's kind of one of the interesting things I want to know about it. It's like, what's their actual story? Were they just like cryogenically frozen for the entire time when they were being?
Well, if you do this, I think if you did the speed of light calculation, you could, because how many years from 77 to like
45, I think 44, something like that.
So 32 years.
Something on years. Okay.
If you did the speed of light calculation, you could theoretically estimate how far they went away into some other maybe star system or whatever, and then came back. I'm not going to do that right now, but like that would tell you like potentially how far they could have actually traveled aboard the ship and how long it would have felt like to them, where they really wouldn't have aged much, because they still could have aged a couple years. Yeah,
and not been. But the clothing they were on looked pretty good for being a couple years.
Yeah, I don't know how long they were supposed to have, how far away they would have gotten.
Yeah, I'd have to dig deeper. This one says, I mean, it's the internet, so keep it. If you move at the speed of light for a year, it'd be about 27 years would pass on Earth. So
interesting.
Yeah. So the whole time dilation stuff. So if you did that, like, so I mean, you're talking pretty close. And now that's if I forget if this movie happens at the same time as the movie was coming out. I don't remember if they put a year on it.
They don't specify, I don't think.
Yeah. So I mean, you're within that, but yeah, speed of light. 6 months out, 6 months back, and come back 30 years later.
But you're right. They don't act like they've
been. They're in shock, basically, it feels like they're like, what's going on? Like, what's happening? With some of that, sure.
When I watched the movie, the first time I watched it, which I think I watched it in high school, but in its entirety, I always thought that for them, they literally had been flying in their P-38 or whatever it is, got taken out of it aboard the ship, and the next moment they're walking down the ramp in 1975 or 77. That's how I interpreted it.
That's kind of what I'm doing as well. Like that's how my takeaway is the exact same.
Which to me is like way more unsettling than them getting abducted and then traveling for a year, and then it seems like, so to your point, they would have been held in some sort of stasis.
Right, yeah. So then it could have been 30 years and do whatever. I just find it odd of like there isn't a pattern of who they take. It seems like like well, like what was the point of the kid? Like, and was Roy sought out, or did he just happen to be in the wrong place at the wrong time, or just happened to look up at the light? Maybe that's what it is. It's like, hey, let's go around and scare some people. If they look at the light, then they'll get their instructions and we'll take them.
No, you're right that it's not really, they're not really morally, it's hard to gauge like reasons why. I like that though. This is one of those ones that he doesn't tie up everything with a nice neat little bow. So
that was one of the things that we talked about, the difference between like Kubrick and Spielberg.
Aspects of this feel more Kubrick, like a Kubrick then, with just kind of open-ended questions and like.
I think that's why it resonated with me more now as an adult than it did as like a kid.
Yeah.
Like I wanted everything tied up in a bow as a kid. Like I wanted it to be finished and over. And this is nice to kind of now think about this film and go, what do I think actually happened after? What's the next, story beat that Spielberg doesn't talk about. So,
Yeah. Maybe he'll blow our minds, and Day of Disclosure is like a official sequel to Close Encounters of the Third Kind.